Your prayer is about to be answered. God drop inside you a principle. Every prayer is heard by God. All are not answered. Why? Because before you can see yourself inside answer to your prayer, there are certain things you must cooperate with. I am not a man that loves food. And it's not that maybe I don't want to eat. It's because my system has blended to fasting. So it's very difficult to change. So to change that system now, I must abide by their kitchen principle. So likewise, the family you came from, what is happening underground of the family as a pattern, your nature, your life, your system has been adapted to it. So for you to change now to what God wants you to become, you need to abide by the principle. I don't know if you get what I'm saying here. Are you getting what I'm saying here? When I look at some people's life who are praying, when God opened my eyes and I see, I ask myself, do they know that their prayer is a proper punishment to themselves? How can you be praying to God and you are not ready to abide by his principles? Actually, you are frustrating yourself. How do I mean? Several years ago, I was praying, I was fasting. The more I pray, the more my life goes down. The more I fasted, the more. In fact, it got to a point where I said, no, I don't want to do this 40 days anymore. Because anytime I finish 40 days, the next thing I face is problem. Whenever I finish 40 days fasting, that I'm supposed to be enjoying and be eating, the next thing that I face is problem. So then one day I asked God, is it a sin to fast? And God said no, it's not a sin to fast. Fast, but abide with principle. And I said, what principle? And he gave me the principle. So now, anytime I fasted, I obey the principle. And as I obey the principle, I will not face difficulties. Anytime you boycott principle of God, the next thing you will see is tormenting of the devil. Is that the message is deep? I'm going somewhere. And today I'm sharing with you on that title, the miraculous power in giving. The miracle inside giving. Many of you don't understand that there is a miracle in giving.
And her distress spiraled.
You don't give.
She was going through marital affliction.
Just like that.
Even her husband was not aware of.
There is a miracle that attached to giving. How do I mean? Hear this. Even with you. Elijah was tormented. He ran into the wilderness. And from there, by God's mercy, God said to Elijah and sent an angel and said, okay, Elijah, you know, all these things you have done, this is what will happen. And angel came and gave Elijah a plate of food. And he ate the plate of food. And the plate of food took him for 40 days and 40 nights, right? Inside the wilderness. Is it true? He was praying and fasting. And now, when God is about to answer him, his prayers, God gave him principle. Arise, go to Seraphat. Man, and command the man to arise and do something for him. Isaiah 60 said, arise and shine. Without you being arise, you can't shine. I may talk to somebody here. I'm going somewhere. Hear this. Now, he left the wilderness to the woman. And when he got there, he found the woman. And immediately he found the woman, he knew that this is the woman that God has sent him to. He called the woman. He said, give me water. The woman never complained. Can I talk to you here? Anything that you give without complaint is not a giving. You don't get what I'm saying here. Can I talk to you here? Anytime that you want to provoke heaven, it's not about common giving. Jesus was in a temple. They are giving offering. He was looking at all the hands of people, dropping money into the basket. Every man according to his own capacity or less capacity. And a woman came and dropped a penny. And Jesus said to them, he said, out of everyone I've given, you see this woman is more blessed than others. Why? He gave painfully. It's a penny. That penny is valuable to her. Simply means that there is nothing again that he relied on. Only God. It's a penny. Giving to. That penny he only relied on God that is giving to. Simply means that open your eyes. There is nothing again that he relied on. So the woman now, only God is a penny, was going to bring penny only relied on God that is giving to. Simply means that open your eyes. There is nothing again that he. And in the house of God, the problem we have is that we are giving cheap things to God and we want to live an extraordinary life. We are giving. Can I talk to you here? In this church, let me open your eyes. In this church, if it is prayer, we are number one. Fasting, we are fasting.